So 2 weeks ago I made a video titled The Top 5 Athletes Who Have the Most to Gain at East vs West 7. Well, unfortunately today it's time to talk about the 5 with the most to lose. Hey everyone, welcome to Arm Wrestling Insider, where we talk about arm wrestling topics and all things arm wrestling. If you like that type of thing, please consider joining the channel, or not. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Now, as I said in the intro, and as I hinted at my last video, today we're going to be talking about the top 5 athletes who have the most to lose if they lose their super match at East vs West 7. Now let me just start off by saying all of these athletes who are attending, they all deserve to be there. They're all world class, and they would school nearly any person on earth that they go up against. And all of them deserve to be on the big stage. Except for maybe Bacho, we're still not sure about that guy. But as I mentioned in my last video, some guys have a little bit more to gain, and some guys have just a little bit more to lose. So today I factored in many things. I factored in who the pullers are, who the pullers are going against, where are they at the stage in their career, where are the people they're going against at the stage of their career, and what's going to be the fallout if they happen to lose. Just take my word for it. It's one of the most complicated algorithms and one of the most complex formulas I use to divvy up this list. So let's get into it. Actually, hold that thought. I just want to say one more thing. To all the pullers who happen to make this list, this is not an indictment on who you are, and don't be discouraged if your name is on here. Just use this as a motivational to make sure that you win. All right. Let's get into it. So at number 5, we have the mighty man from Moldova, Daniel Perko. Now I know what some of you are thinking. If you just happened to watch the 5 with the most to gain, and now you're clicking on this video, you'll notice that I had Doug Ehrlich at number 5, and now I have Daniel at number 5. But trust me, I'm not copying and pasting. This is just the way it worked out for this video. Now at the height of 5'7" and approximately 175 pounds, Daniel is largely considered in the conversation as one of the pound for pound strongest arm wrestlers on the planet. He is known for a strong arm and the ability to pull in almost any position or angle on the table. And he's also known to pull in extremely ugly positions for a very long time. And on top of that, Daniel can even pull without his wrist and quite efficiently. Now the reason for Daniel making this list, like I said before, it's because of who he's facing. Doug Ehrlich. Now don't get me wrong, Doug is definitely a worthy opponent, but in most people's eyes, Daniel is considered the massive favorite going into this match. Daniel has consistently pulled with the best of the world in his weight category, and he wins the majority of the matches that he's in. He is a nightmare opponent because of his ability to pull in so many different and unique positions. Now this time around at East vs West 7, he'll be facing Doug, who up until his match against Coach Ray, many arm wrestling fans didn't even know who Doug was. I've been watching Doug and listening to him on some of the podcasts that he's on, and I know for a fact he's going to do everything in his power to win this match, and he's coming in great shape, far better shape than even when he faced Ray, but still, Daniel is the heavy favorite at this time, and though losing to Doug would not by any means be the end of the world, it would certainly be a shock to many people. And there's a good chance, and there's an argument to be made, if Daniel is to lose, you gotta take his name off the pound for pound best in the world. For that reason, and for also how big of a favorite Daniel is going into this match, is the reason that he falls number 5 on our list. Now at number 4, we have the giant trucker from Russia, Vitaly. Now Vitaly's legacy is largely set in stone, and a loss will not devastate him. However, he is going into this match against Tobias as a heavy favorite in the public eye. On top of that, he's had a shaky last couple of years, to say the least. For the better part of 3 years, Vitaly was considered the second best right arm puller in the entire world. And for a while, he was the only guy for some time who was even able to stop Levon at the center of the table. However, in the last couple years, Vitaly has taken a couple steps and dropped a little bit back down to earth. Now this match, as many people know, is on the left hand, and Vitaly is going into it as the favorite. Currently, according to a couple websites, Vitaly is ranked number 3 in the world, and Tobias is ranked number 4. So really the worst thing that can happen is they swap spots. However, it's the idea of Vitaly losing yet another super match that is going to drop him down and have some people questioning, is Vitaly washed? Now for anyone else, losing to Tobias would be no big deal. However, Vitaly has been on the downward slide, and it's time to get his name back in the win column. He needs to get the momentum moving back in his favor and also make his name feared once again. For the fact that he's ranked above Tobias, for the fact that he goes into the favorite, and for the fact that he's slowly on the decline and we want to see him climb back to the top, that, my friends, is why Vitaly is number 4. Now at number 3 of the pullers who have the most to lose at East vs West, and this one pains me a lot to say, I had to go with easy money, Dave Chafee. Now personally, I hate putting Dave on the list. Dave is one of my favorite pullers. He's also globally recognized as one of the most likable pullers. I know the Europeans love him for his calm, cool, collective, good sportsmanship, but I can already predict what people will say if he loses. Now, there is no one alive who will question Dave's side pressure, his power, or his ability to win in a tournament-style format. But the question people have for Dave is the question of endurance. Dave is widely recognized as one of the strongest arm wrestlers in the world, and the only question and the only weakness is about his small gas tank when it comes to his stamina. In the last 2 years, Dave has actively been pulling with the best that the world has to offer, often winning the matches outright or winning the first 2 rounds before running out of steam and then losing the match. I don't know a single person who questions if Dave is great. The only question that they have is, can his greatness be sustained for the duration of a super match? Now, Rivas is one of the top pullers in the world. However, many people have Dave as the stronger man out of the two. If Dave wins the first round or the first 2 and then loses the super match, it's just going to further push the narrative that Dave can't win a long drawn out super match. And at the age of 46, improving strength and improving stamina is a tough ask for the guy. Now, Dave is going into this match as the favorite in most people's eyes, and to avoid further scrutiny and criticism, Dave needs to find his way back into the win column. And for all the reasons I have just listed, that is why Dave Chafee finds himself at number 3. Now, at number 2 on our list, we have a fellow countryman of Dave's, the giant from the USA, Cody Merritt. Now, Cody originally broke out in popularity when he took first place at WAF in the left-hand division in the super heavyweights. For some time now, Cody has dominated the left-hand super heavyweight division in North America and has remained in the top spot for many, many years. However, in just the past year, Cody was defeated handily by Artem Morozov and then defeated once again in the same manner by Corey West. It was only months ago when Cody claimed the number 1 left arm spot in the USA, and now he is trying hard to avoid a 3rd straight loss. And I think everyone agrees that's going to be a tough task when he's facing Alizan Muratov from Kazakhstan. Now, Cody desperately needs to win this match. The first reason is he needs to get back in the win column. And secondly, the man that he's facing is 150 pounds lighter than him. This is by far the biggest weight discrepancy on the whole East vs West 7 card. Weight difference aside, Muratov will be no easy task as he's one of the best left-hand pullers in the entire world. Now, once again, putting Cody on the list personally pains me just a little bit. Cody is definitely one of the nicest guys. He is a gentle giant. But for the fact that he's on the losing streak multiple times on the left arm, and now he's facing a guy 150 pounds less than him, it puts just that much more pressure on Cody, and that's why he desperately needs a win. And that is why he is number 2 on our list for who has the most to lose. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the number 1 guy who has the most to lose if he loses his match at East vs West 7 is Devin Larry. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. He's an idiot. He's a con man. This is arm wrestling outsider. Well, unfortunately, this is where the evidence led me. This was the verdict I came to. So let me walk you through my thought process. Now, as everyone here knows, Devon is arguably the most popular arm wrestler on the entire planet. Actually, I don't even think that's debatable. Perhaps he's the most popular in the history of the sport. Whether it's fair or not, Devon goes into every single match as the heavy favorite. Even when he faced Levon at the very end, according to the fan polling, Devon was considered the favorite in many people's eyes. And though most arm wrestlers didn't actually believe this is just what the polls are saying because he has so many fans. But having so many fans and being so popular and so respected automatically puts a massive amount of pressure on Devon every single time he steps up to the table. Now, Devon has already proved he can dominate the heavyweight division against Europeans, but this will be his 2nd test ever on a right-handed super match in the super heavyweight division. And make no mistake, Gennady absolutely wants to rip Devon's arm off. Gennady was actually the guy who personally called out Devon for this match. Without a doubt, this will be the most viewed match on the card. But the thing about this match is a win for Devon is almost just expected here, and a loss for Devon will be considered a tragedy by many. Devon has self-proclaimed that one by one, the Europeans will fall, and Gennady will be a huge test for him. If Devon ever wants to have another shot against Levon, he's going to have to face multiple opponents, and Gennady will be his first massive, massive test. Although it's not uncommon for Devon to lose a round in a super match, his endurance is arguably the best in the world, and many people are saying this is the best version of Devon that we've ever seen. His table IQ and his technical ability are second to none. Although in the grand scheme of things, a loss is not going to hurt Devon's legacy, it might squash his future rematch against Levon anytime soon. Now, in this situation, it's a combination of his fame, the amount of eyes that are going to be watching this match, as well as Devon's future ambitions of possibly a rematch with Levon, that makes Devon have the most to lose. It also just makes sense logically that the guy who has the most also has the most to lose. So unfortunately, Devin Larratt is number 1. Well, there you have it, guys. That is my list of the top 5 guys who have the most to lose with a loss at East versus West 7. Let me know in the comments, do you agree with my list? Do you disagree? Did I choose wisely or am I stupid? Let me know in the comments. Feel free to argue, feel free to fight. I like responding. I like getting to all your comments, yada yada. I'm rambling on. I'm just gonna end the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.